There's a famous story that's told of a king who discovers one day that his advisor and his trusted best friend is embezzling money from the royal treasury. And it pains him deeply, but he knows that he has to do something about this theft, but he doesn't really want to rush to punishment of his trusted advisor. And so he brings the man to him and says, my friend, what you've done is terrible, but I'm going to give you a year. And if in the course of this year you can teach my favorite horse to sing, then you will not be punished. And so the advisor walks away and he's jubilant. He's so happy at the reprieve. When he tells this to his family says to him, are you crazy? Why are you so overjoyed at this? And the man says, I have an entire year, and who knows what may happen? The king may die, I may die, the horse may die, or who knows? Maybe I'll teach the horse to sing. This wonderful story epitomizes the sort of sense of hope and optimism that is a part of the Jewish people, and that is in particular part of the story of Hanukkah. And the Hanukkah story teaches us some very important things through its key symbols, the menorah, the dreidel, and the latke, about Judaism and Jewish survival. We're all familiar with the story of Hanukkah, which tells of the Syrian Greeks who worked hard to prohibit the Jews from practicing Jewish traditions and to force them to aggressively assimilate into the Hellenized culture of the times. The brave Maccabees rose up and revolted, and after a furious battle, they won the day, and they go to cleanse the temple. And so tradition tells us there was just enough oil for one day, but that in fact it burned for 8, and that's why we like the Hanukkah menorah. The rabbis ask an interesting question about that, though, and namely, the question is, what was the miracle of the first day? In other words, if they knew there was going to be enough oil to burn for one day, what happened on the first day wasn't a miracle. It wasn't miraculous until the second day. And one of the most interesting answers that's given is the notion that the miracle of the first day was to light the menorah at all. In other words, when you think it's hopeless, when you think it can never work out, that there could never be enough oil, the fact that someone had the hope and the optimism and the faith to say, who knows what may happen, and light the menorah at all, is a true miracle of the Jewish spirit and certainly a key part of Jewish survival. The two other beloved symbols of Hanukkah are first the dreidel. The dreidel is a spinning top that has Hebrew letters on it that stand for the words, a great miracle happened there. But actually the dreidel has no significant religious value of any kind, and in fact it's not even uniquely Jewish, because we know from many other cultures across Europe that similar games of top, like the dreidel, were played during long winter nights. The latke too, the beloved potato pancake, is also not unique. And in fact, it's not even the only Hanukkah food that people have enjoyed during this season. In some traditions, cheese is the predominant food. In some cultures, it's a kind of fried dough that's used. Potatoes didn't actually come to Europe until almost the 1600s. The key is the oil, and what was fried in the oil, whether it was potatoes or dough or something else, was largely reflective of the culture and the time and the place in which people lived. So on the one hand, we have these symbols, the dreidel and the latke, which speak of the degree to which we've been influenced by the countries and the societies in which we live, and the delicate balance that we've always had to find between being part of the surrounding culture, between enjoying the foods and the games and the traditions of the surrounding culture, and between maintaining our own special uniqueness. And it's that ability to be flexible, to adapt, to change, to walk that fine line that has been key to Jewish survival, along with the hope, the optimism, and the faith that's symbolized by the menorah. The ability to hold these things in balance, hope and optimism and faith, and flexibility, adaptability, change, in relationship to the communities and the cultures around us. These things have always been and will continue to be the key to our survival as a people, not only in the past, not only today, but well into the future.